Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. As you can probably see by the title and why you may have clicked on this, is it's going to be a trade recap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through a trade that I took on, I think it was the 3rd of March. I'm going to go through how I took the trade, where I entered and things like that. So if you are interested in this and you want more trade recaps, just let me know in the comments down below and I will do it as and when I obviously take the trades. So what I was seeing first of all is obviously we've had all this price action here. It's kind of a huge range, to be fair. Obviously there will be opportunity within these up and down legs and things like that. But in the recent price action, what I was looking for, obviously we had this impulse down and then we had a retrace and then we did have a break to the downside right here. So we had a break of structure to the downside, so a fall down. And then what I was thinking here is, what is the logical thing to mark out? So, you know, the supply and demand, things like that. So what I was seeing is there was kind of a supply chain forming. So what I did is I marked out this candle here. I marked out this candle. And then as you can see, this candle, and then it come down, it come up, mitigated right here. So I also marked out this candle. And then obviously you could mark out this candle as well if you wanted to. But all I was simply doing then is waiting for time to come into my point of interest and, you know, waiting for the market to just develop while I'm waiting. So as you can see, it comes up, it taps into the first POI and then it comes up and it actually taps into this extreme POI right here. So what I was doing now is just simply waiting for time to enter around 7 AM in the morning, because what I usually do is I usually trade around 7 AM till around 3 PM GMT in the UK. So what I was doing now is, as you can see, it's around, well, it says it's around 6 o'clock on the 4H, but if you drop down, obviously you'll see like it's a little bit later than that. So if we drop down to the 15, so what I was doing is I was in bed, so obviously I just let price play on. So once price plays on, we need to wait till around, I was on the charts around 6 AM. So as you can see, I think this is around 6 AM right here. It's tapped into that, and as you can see, so what it's done is it's actually come up, and if I show you on the 1 hour chart, price has come up and it's swept this eye over here. So it's swept that, and sometimes what I found in testing is that when it does actually breach the pre-OI or just comes a little bit above it or below it, there's chance that the trade will still play out, unless, you know, if it comes somewhere up here, then I'm not interested in taking it. So what I did then is, obviously I was on the 15, and then what I did when I woke up and got to the charts, around 6 AM, like I said, I dropped down to the 10 minute. So if I drop down to the 10 minute, what I was looking for now is a change of character. So as you can see, we've come up here, we've pulled back, so that would be our change of character high. You can mark just the change of character low if you want, but personally I like to do the high and the low. So that would be a chalk up, and then the one that we would need is this right here, so this would be the chalk down. And then I was literally just waiting for this to, you know, go ahead and complete, and then we get a pullback, and then we get a break to the upside again. So now this would be our chalk high, this would be our chalk high, and then this would be our low. And then literally now, at the time of this, it's around 10:07, so I would be on the chart and I would be ready to start trading. So all I was waiting for is the low to break, and then I would look to be getting involved. And then as you can see, we get a break of this chalk, so that would be our change of character complete. So this would be chalk down. And then what I do now is I do go ahead and drop to the 5 minute in order for entries. So as you can see right here is what I do is I look for the candle that did cause the change of character. So for me, as you can see, we've come down, we've come up, made the chalk high, broke the chalk, so we've come down, come up, and then this candle right here is the one for me that caused the change of character and caused the, obviously, the break. So what I do is I take this tool here, I think it's called the jam box, click on that, and then just literally mark the candle that caused it. And then depending on how big my stop loss will be is, you know, depending on whether I enter on the open, enter on the 50%. So it's up to you. If you want to try this out, you can do it and obviously test it for yourself. And for me, on this trade, I did enter at the open. So I entered at the open. I went above the eye, and then I went above the eye by 0.2. So a 7.3 pip stop, which is perfectly fine by me. And then for me, what I was doing is, obviously, I'll go back to the 4 hour because what I did actually have marked is the premium and discount as well. So I had the premium and discount tool on, so from there. And then what I did from there is obviously go back to the 5 minute. So this is what we had on the 5 minute. And what I was looking for my target is I went up to the 1 hour chart, and then I was looking for any logical, supply or demand where I could actually target. So the target I chose for this trade here is the sell to buy range here, this demand. So if I just mark it out for you guys, so you could do the all candles here, and that's where I actually targeted. I was thinking about targeting the EQ of the premium and discount, but for me, what I've noticed sometimes that it will get close to the EQ and then reverse. So as you can see, guys, on the 1 hour chart, we've actually closed above. We've closed above, but on the 4 hour, we actually just wick it. So technically, we are still pro trend. So I could really, target these lows because this low has failed to put in a new high. But for me, I was happy with the risk to reward that it did offer. So 13.7 risk to reward. So back on the 5 minute now, the entry time frame, and I was literally just waiting for a tag, and so it comes up, tags us in, so it tagged us in right here, and then literally all I do is just wait to hit target. So it dilly-dallied around for a little bit, still in profit, and one thing I will say is I go break even at 4R. So by this point we would be break even. And then literally just waiting for price to hit our target. And then as you can see, eventually it does come down and it hits our target, resulting in, 13.7%. So what I mean when I say I'll go break even is I don't move my stop loss because I don't want it to come back up to my stop loss area and take me out of the trade. What I do is I take partials to cover the stop loss, and then if it does at all come back up and mitigate it again, what it will do is obviously there's enough room for it to, come back up, test it, and then come back down. So that's literally just what I do, guys, and that is the trade recap. If you are interested in these, like I said, I will drop these whenever I take a trade, as and when. So if you did like this video, guys, please remember to leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.